Right on to the real, much love to these haters. It's time for the Lakers. It's time for the Lakers. Right on to the real, much love to these haters. It's time for the Lakers. It's time for the Lakers. Right on to the real, much love to these haters. It's time for the Lakers. It's time for the Lakers.
What is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I'm coming at you on this Saturday. And first and foremost, as always, want to send out positive vibrations and blessings to anybody who could be listening. Now, with all that being said, we all know that the Los Angeles Lakers were in action on yesterday, back home again after having that victory over Miami a couple of nights ago on, I think, Wednesday night without the services of LeBron James. Now, LeBron James was back in action, and you could clearly see on yesterday he wasn't quite 100%. Looked like his shots were just not falling typically as they have been falling for him so far, especially during the past 8 or 9 games. But he was still effective. Somehow LeBron James makes it look so easy. You know, he still had 25.7 rebounds and 10 assists. He was 10 of 19 from the field, shot 53%, only 1 from 5 for 3. But that 1 3 that he hit, I think it was a big 3 just because, you know, they had a 26-point lead at one time, and Miami came back down and they cut it down to, I think, 10 points. So if the Lakers had missed, and then they go down to cut it to single digit, who knows? You know, the wins come out of the sails, but LeBron hits the 3. They go up by 13. Atlanta misses. They come back down, and then, of course, they extend the lead to 15 or 16 again. And, of course, Atlanta could not get back in the game. Now, Westbrook had an outstanding game as well. Westbrook was he had 18 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. He was 1 assist short of the triple-dub, and you knew he wanted to get that triple-dub. And when Darvin Ham pulled the plug on it last night, you could see Westbrook was like, man, let me get that assist. But, you know, it's crazy because he dropped such a nice dime to Thomas Bryant at one point, and Thomas Bryant went up and kind of lost the ball, and it hit the rim on a dunk. So Westbrook didn't get it, but did I say, man, I'm tripping. Thomas Bryant. I don't know who I said. So dropped the dime to Thomas Bryant, and Thomas Bryant dropped the ball. Of course, it hit the rim, but he went back up with the dunk. He got the dunk, but of course, that's not an assist for Westbrook because he missed it the first time. But Westbrook still put him in that position, and that's something that Westbrook has continued to be doing. He's been putting people in position time in and game out, you know, time after time, just putting people in the best position to be able to make a lot of easy shots. And I mean, when I'm telling you Westbrook really gets downhill and keeps the offense flowing, I think it's a great idea actually to have Westbrook coming out the bench, especially the way Dennis Schroeder is playing. So if Westbrook is willing to maintain that role and take less money next year, then who knows? Maybe the Lakers can sign some more 3-and-D guys and Westbrook doesn't have to take $45 million. But if he wants to test himself on the open market, I'm not sure how many teams will give him that much money. But considering how he could be the 6th man of the year and he can still play the way he's playing, some team may be interested in it, but I just don't see him getting any more max money contracts, you know, so to speak. You know, maybe a little more than a mid-level exception, but, you know, that's more to talk about. We're not talking about the future. We're going to talk about the present right now because of the way of the Lakers playing. You know, we got bad news on yesterday that Austin Reeves had injured his hamstring. I'm trying to see at what point did he do that because he had just played, and I don't recall him being hurt during that game, but maybe it was just something that we missed and they overlooked. But the announcement came the following day that he would be out, and they didn't say day to day. They said at least 2 weeks. Then they will reevaluate it and look at it again. So that's a heavy blow to the Lakers. And of course, Lonnie Walker, who, you know, has been having left knee soreness, he's still going to be out for another probably couple more weeks as well, which I wasn't really bothered by that because Lonnie Walker had not been playing very consistently. And to me, Troy Brown had been playing a lot better. And lo and behold, Troy Brown, same issue, dealing with some knee soreness. I don't know if it was tendonitis or what, but now Troy Brown is going to be out for a short stint of time too. But, man, big ups again to Dennis Schroeder, who came in after rolling the ankle after that victory on Wednesday night when he was the sole performer. I won't say sole performer, but the main person who led them to victory, especially during that fourth quarter. He had the hot hand from 3. You know, he finished, you know, at the rim on a big play at the end of that game in Miami. And last night he gave you just as well. Schroeder had 21 points. He shot 7 out of 14. That's 50% by my calculations. And he was 5 out of 8 from 3. At one point, I think he was 5 from 5. He blew a couple of them late in the game where they really didn't even need it, to be honest. So really no big deal. But when they needed him, he hit him, and I think he has really improved from that 3-point range. And if he can stay consistent, I won't say become, but if he can stay consistent with the way that he's been shooting as of late, then I think the Lakers definitely have a shot, especially once they get Anthony Davis back, because we know Anthony Davis should be back, hopefully in the next couple of weeks as well. So you might be looking at a return of Anthony Davis and a return of Austin Reeves at the same time. But man, I tell you what, somebody else who came in and played well, who's been a surprise to me, and I was kind of down on them early in the season, volunteered to go back to the G League to get better, for a couple of games, and came back up, been putting in work, and it's paying off because you can see it on the court. There's none other than Kendrick Nunn. Kendrick Nunn, was 23, 3 and 2 last night. He was 9 of 16, 3 of 7 from 3. And if you get that many attempts, then you're bound to start knocking some down. So, some of those shots are in and out too. So, Kendrick Nunn, he's going to have to step up big time right now, because we know, the Lakers are without Austin Reeves. They're without Lonnie Walker. So he's going to have to step up, and I think he did. And then, of course, Max Christie stepped in and stepped up, and I think he should get more playing time. I know they brought in Shannon Brown, little brother, last night, who they got on a 10-day contract. At some point, they want to kind of run with it and see what he can do. But at the end of the day, I think it's good to have him for that 10-day contract just in case something were to happen to somebody else while you wait for Austin Reeves. I'm not saying just bench him the whole time, but, Max Christie has been coming in and doing good. So, let your rookies play. I think Max Christie plays pretty good, decent defense. Some of his shots, I won't say were ill-advised, but he tried to get to the paint. He pulled up for like some 17, 18-foot jump shots. I won't necessarily say that that's his game, at least not yet anyway, but he's definitely a catch-and-shoot guy. When he's posted up in that corner, I have a lot of confidence that he will make that shot, especially when LeBron James or Russell Westbrook breaks down the defense and give him that open shot. And, of course, I can't say enough, of course, then Thomas Bryant. Thomas Bryant came in and did yet again, had a great dominant game. Another double-double. The Lakers actually out-rebounded them 51-39, and that was key to, of course, Thomas Bryant getting all those rebounds and just being a beast on the board. And then, of course, Wayne and Gabriel doing the same thing. So I think the Lakers, they got some pieces. And I think what it's all about, and LeBron said this after the game when they talked to him briefly, courtside, the Lakers, sideline reporter spoke with him briefly, and he said the confidence of the team. And I'm telling you, confidence is everything. We saw last season, Russell Westbrook lost his confidence completely, and you saw what happened. So I'm telling you right now, I think confidence is key. As they gain more chemistry, then maybe they don't even need to make this trade. And lo and behold, maybe Pelinka was right, dare I say, because the team is starting to come together in jail. If they could just stay not injured, then that would be helpful. But of course, injuries is something that, plagues the league, and you're going to have people out, and it's the next man up mentality. So, didn't even mention Pat Bev. Pat Bev, I think, shot 1 from 3 last night. One thing I did notice is Westbrook got like 32 or 33 minutes. Pat Bev only got 21 minutes. Thank you, Darvin Ham, for starting to recognize this. Like, if you want to continue to start Pat Bev for whatever reason, go ahead, whatever his defensive prowess is. But I see him making some kind of boneheaded move at least a couple times a game. But at the end of the day, I'm liking what I'm seeing out of the Lakers, and I'm telling you what, that they can continue to grow with this chemistry. When Anthony Davis gets back, it's only going to make it easier, especially on the defensive end, because he's going to be the anchor of that defense, which allows other players to rotate over. And I want to mention something. I know there's a quote going around about Popovich, and people, what they saying, and the NBA done had defense nowadays, and this and that and the third. I'm going to make a whole nother video about that, because I got to shed some light on some things, because I think people take some things and run with it, and they novices of the game, and they not really understanding what they're watching. What you're watching right now is an unprecedented time in the NBA with people playing great offensive outbursts because of the level of talent of some of these players. And the way the floor is being spread, it's a lot harder to defend than what it was before because of the 3-point shot. But that's something I'm going to make a whole nother video, and we're going to deep dive. I'm going to grab some stats on that too, because I'm telling y'all, man, the way the league is now, LeBron James continue to stay healthy, I can see him playing this way for another 3 more years, man, into his 40s, which would be crazy. He said, I don't know if people saw the interview he had on ESPN, I think last night. I didn't really get a chance to watch it. I did see that he said, he wants to play with Bronny at some point, I think that'd be great. If he can mess around and play with Bryce too, man, I don't think that would ever happen, but that would be phenomenal. That's crazy. But the Lakers, they just need to keep on pushing like they pushing. And of course, we all know the Lakers have a matchup tonight against none other than the Sacramento Kings. And I'm telling y'all right now, they disrespecting the Lakers. I know it's on the second night of a back-to-back. I know they're very short-handed, but they giving the Lakers plus 9.5. I said, no, 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 because as long as Westbrook and LeBron play, listen, I know De'Aaron Fox is a great talent. Sabonis, forgive me, I misspoke on the last couple of shows. I thought Sabonis had been out because of he broke his thumb or whatever. But, man, big props to Sabonis. He's been playing through the injury, and the Kings are still continue to rack up the victories, But at the end of the day, hey, you saw what the Lakers did to Atlanta last night, and people want to talk bad about Atlanta, but Atlanta had some good road victories on their West Coast swing. So I want to say they beat Sacramento, if I'm not mistaken. So if they did, then that's a good measuring stick for the Lakers on tonight. So, Harrison Barnes, he'll be in the house. But I'm just going to go out on the limb, and I know the Lakers got to have a short trip right up the coast to the capital of Cali, and show them who the real kings of the state is, because right now the Clippers are starting to slip down in the standings. Minnesota is starting to slip down in the standings. Phoenix has lost 5, 6, 7 in a row. They really slipped down. And Golden State moved up even without Steph Curry just because they've been able to win some games at home. But when they go back on the road, you're going to see them slip down even more in the standings. And the Lakers only 3 games below 500, only 2.5 games out in the loss column of being in the 7th or 8th seed. Man, I'm telling you what. When Anthony Davis come back, it's about to be putting some respect on the Lakers' name once again, because nobody in the Western Conference really just scared me like that for the Lakers. The only team I think that really match up with them is my hometown, that Memphis Grizzlies, baby, 10 toes down, and I got love for them. You understand me? Y'all know I've been having love for my Grizzlies, so don't be mad at me. But, I love me my Los Angeles Lakers, and, of course, that of LeBron James, too. So, at the end of the day, I just feel like the Nuggets don't match up against them. The Suns don't match up against them. Fully healthy now. Who you going to take? AD and LeBron or Jokic and Murray? Be for real. Who you going to take? AD and LeBron or Paul and Aiden? Booker and Aiden? Come on now. Now that the Lakers playing like the way that they playing. So, the Lakers play again tonight. If they can beat Sacramento, that'll be a big game because that's in the same division, same conference victory. You'll knock them down a level in the loss column. You'll be only 2 games below 500. And, of course, you'll have a big game against the Denver Nuggets on Tuesday night. I think it will be on TNT or either ESPN if I'm not mistaken. But the Lakers have yet to lose to Denver this year. And Anthony Davis got hurt in the game against Denver, and the Lakers still went on and smacked them. I'm sure Denver took note of that and are going to be playing. Now, of course, the Lakers still are going to be shorthanded with, missing the services of those key players that we talked about just a few minutes ago. But, hey, I got a lot of faith in them right now. I think they really hooping, and I think they really enjoying, and they putting respect on LeBron James. They see what he's doing, and they want to go out and give more of their all, because when you got somebody on your squad who you see putting in that work and that effort, then you want to do it too. You want to shed that blood. You want to, have that same blood, sweat, and tears as that person. So, keep on pushing. And as always, man, right on to the real. Much love to these haters. I'm out.